Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel, and alongside with me, I have my classmates Don, Sheikh, Faisal, and Heiko. And today, we'll be presenting on the case report of the innovation in talent building of KEF. So here is the content page in sequence on what we'll be presenting today. We will first cover on the introduction and advantages of talent management. Then we will discuss on the case brief of KEF in the aspects of talent management. Subsequently, we will talk about the challenges that are faced by the foundation and what are some of the recommendations that we propose. And finally, we will close off the presentation with a short conclusion. In general, talent management refers to the organization's plan to meet the requirement of human capital. It is a constant process of hiring and retaining talent, developing their skills, and continuously motivating them. Based on the inclusive approach by Les, Try, and Priest in 2010, everyone is talented to an extent. Thus, talent management is also a process to manage the talent of all employees constantly. The main advantage of talent management in an organization are that when employees stay motivated, they will work towards the company's objectives, which drive company's performance. Additionally, with a higher retention rate of the company, they will also have lower replacement costs in the long run. An example of a company with great talent management would be Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the most successful hardware and software company in the world, and with strong background in succession planning. With a unit that specifically identifies candidates' skills to match their capabilities, Microsoft ensures that all employees have the right job fit that pushes motivation. In addition, the company also ensures that leaders identify their own successes. And with great succession planning in place, it prevents the occurrence of a wrong hire in the event of a departure of a management personnel. With that, I'll end my part and pass the stage on now to Sheikh. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. I'll be sharing some background regarding KEF and basically what strikes us about them. Firstly, let us watch a short video on KEF just to find out a little more about them. Hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new about them from the video. The amazing thing is, KEF is trying to be the change agent where they are trying to implement practices and policies that are new so that the education system can be more competitive and flexible. Achieving this change for KEF is to increase the motivation of individuals with knowledge so that this change occurs internally within those individuals. And this can be seen in KEF's logo, which is seen in the slide as well, the one in green, which is a Mobius strip. And if you put an N and let it crawl throughout the logo, right, the N would have traveled across both sides of the strip, inside and outside. The logo shows that when a change occurs internally, it will have positive effects externally as well. To manage this change, KEF implemented two initiatives: the Principal Leadership Development Program, and this is to assist school leaders in making personal adjustments, as well as implementing planned changes in those schools to help school systems be more competitive and flexible. And the next initiative is the Gandhi Fellowship Program, where KEF trains their own individuals, and so that these individuals will be able to assist with the Principal Leadership Development Program mentioned previously. This strikes us as a group as it's amazing to witness how KEF has managed to have all these long-term strategies put in place to achieve the goals that they want to achieve. Now I'll hand over the time to Don, who will be sharing with us the challenges faced by KEF.
Thank you, Sheikh. There are several challenges that non-profits and social enterprises face in talent management. The first challenge is the limited resource that non-profits and social enterprises have, as they are not generating any revenue by nature. It makes these organizations heavily dependent on external funding. Therefore, there are limited resources available to hire the right talents due to the overall lower compensation rate compared to the industry. While some organizations can offer comparable rates to these sectors, most of them cannot do so. The second challenge is on employees' engagement, as non-profits often deal with the ever-changing needs, goals, and stretching their employees thin. Employees can be disengaged and more likely to express their bitterness with their job experience. With volunteer workers forming the bulk of the staffing in profits, the HR manager cannot constantly supervise their work. Therefore, the loosely connected working relationship can lead to low morale within the organization due to a lack of training opportunities and low engagement levels. The third challenge is on the size of the HR team. Both nonprofits and social enterprises also struggle to deal with human resource management related issues due to the size of the HR team. With the abundance of things to work on, talent-related matters such as providing opportunities for employees to grow within the company, retaining its employees, and defining precisely the taskings and role of the employees have become neglected as there is no dedicated HR team to look into the issues of talent management. The last challenge is on the HR plan. With the tight budget that nonprofits and social enterprises have on hand, they do not have an up-to-date strategic HR plan to tackle the hiring and retention of talented employees. As a result, it faces a high employee turnover rate that will eventually increase the cost to hire and train new employees. Now, I'll hand over the time to Faisal. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Based on the team's analysis and understandings, the challenges faced by the KEF, such as their recruitment and selection process, talent retention, career development, succession planning, and their existing sponsorship issues, influence the effectiveness and growth of the GF program. For the selection process to be effective, it has to be strict, flexible, realistic, and a clear job description to attract the right talents. As a GF program is largely dependent on KEF's recruitment process, the process needs to be well established. Therefore, the organization designed the process to attract talents based on their competency framework and academic achievements. However, uh, these re- these requirements itself it limits the GF's exposure to the pool of talents that possesses a diverse range of experience. Therefore, there is a need to review the selection criteria, enabling the organization to have a broader exposure to the pool of talents that they can choose from. Apart from being open and transparent to the candidates, KEF maintains a low attrition rate to ensure if the candidates are aware of the pros and cons of the GF program. Besides being flexible, realistic, and strict, uh, there is a need to enhance its job description by targeting those talents with similar goals and objectives as KEF, because these talents will be an asset to the foundation. For example, let us incorporate the previous slide's piece of recommendation with our SMART goal framework. For the specific portion, let us take it as KEF now aims to select candidates that possess similar goals and objectives. It is measurable by encouraging these talents to join the organization by clearly stating it in their job description. And it could be achievable by adopting the right recruitment technique, such as multi-channel sourcing, like referrals and such. And it is relevant as this allows KEF to minimize resources spent on searching for talents that have misaligned vision, goal, and objectives. And last but not least, for the time bond, it should be immediately implemented and should be ongoing process, either every 6 months or on a yearly basis. The rise in job dissatisfaction, job anxiety, and job disloyalty are signs and symptoms for the organization to review its retention strategy to ensure minimal loss of talents. Moreover, lack of training and development will lead to low in morale as there are only few progression opportunities. Although in its GF program, KEF included opportunities for the fellows to reflect upon the lack of interest in the school change had driven these fellows to encounter emotional and disciplinary issues. An alternative to talent retention is that new strategies may be developed to raise the motivation and satisfaction factors. For example, the program may incorporate more fun elements in their daily training and implement various initiatives such as rewards and recognitions of fellows throughout the program, and also providing constant appraisal and feedback will also allow the fellows to be more motivated to change for the better during the program. A 360-degree feedback mechanism can be introduced to fellows, focusing on knowing their weaknesses and how they can improve from there. By doing this, it will reduce the biases on the program leaders, the program managers, and the headmasters when providing feedback to the fellows. Now, I'll pass to Heikel for further explanation on the challenges faced by the GF program.
Thank you, Faisal. I'll be going through the last two challenges faced by the KEF and the program. Career development plays a critical role, especially for the program leaders and the fellows. Richard Branson once said in 2014, "Train people well enough so they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to." In a nutshell, staff that are well trained and well taken care of will naturally bring greater productivity and progress to the organization, as they will be greatly motivated, focused, and well aligned to the organization's goals and vision. To achieve this end state, KEF will need to identify the leaders' needs, requirements, and issues faced on the ground. By discovering the needs and issues faced by the leaders, KEF can better provide training and streamline the program to better suit the individual schools. By doing so, leaders in the program will be able to perform their tasks more effectively and with greater confidence. Another point on career development will be to ensure the continuity in the organizations, and in the case of KEF, a learning lab through the PLDP program. Career path setting and personal goal setting are two ways that the KEF can adopt for their leaders. Having their career inside or outside of the KEF planned out will give them a clearer view of their future and what they must do to achieve that. This will naturally make them more motivated to perform better. Not only that, it will provide them a greater sense of direction in their career and future. Succession planning is important to ensure continuity as the world evolves, challenges become more complex, and to recruit and retain only the best talents in the organization. KEF has to identify those talents or leaders that are highly motivated for them to be trained and staged for potential future leadership appointments. This can be done through feedback and interviews internally and reviews by the schools externally. Feedback gathered will provide a better sensing for the KEF to decide who can carry on their legacy. In conclusion, we have discussed the challenges faced by the KEF as well as the potential solution to those issues. With that, I would like to thank you for all your kind attention